Sometimes the most interesting royal stories begin with completely ordinary things. So, Queen Mary hosted her annual Christmas reception for the partners of her foundation, and this event has long since become a cherished tradition. But let us pause for a moment and think how easy it would be for such an event to turn into yet another formal ceremony, where everyone smiles stiffly for the cameras and counts the minutes until the end of the official program. Mary, however, does the complete opposite. She creates an atmosphere of real, home-like coziness right inside the palace. Mulled wine, traditional Danish abelskever, informal conversations. All of this shows that the Queen understands perfectly well charity does not begin with loud statements and lavish ceremonies, but with sincere human relationships and gratitude toward those who do the real work. Mary's Foundation, established back in 2007, works to create a society where every person feels that they belong, that they matter, and that they are needed. And judging by the photos from the event, where everyone is smiling sincerely and naturally, Mary is doing an excellent job of making that happen. But the December reception is only the beginning of a busy royal season, because very soon the new year will arrive, and with it will come a whole series of festive events that King Frederik and Queen Mary are preparing for the country. And here we are already talking about completely different scales and a completely different atmosphere. On the 1st of January, in the Palace of Christian VII at Amalienborg, there will be a grand New Year's reception for the government, the Speaker of the Folketing, the Danish Parliament, representatives of the country's official institutions, and the judicial system. The event will begin exactly at 8 o'clock in the evening, and it will be a truly magnificent occasion that will set the tone for the entire royal calendar for the year 2026. But even that is not all. On the 5th of January, practically from early morning, a real marathon of royal receptions will begin. At 9:30 in the morning, Amalienborg will open its doors to the judges of the Supreme Court, members of the Royal Guard, and the officer corps of the Hussar Regiment. And 1 hour later, at 10:30, something truly special will take place. For the first time in history, the King and Queen will receive the mayors of cities and the chairpersons of regional councils. This is a very symbolic moment because it shows how important it is for the royal couple to maintain connections not only with the central authorities and high society, but also with those who directly manage life in the regions and municipalities. These are the people who solve real, everyday problems of ordinary citizens, and acknowledging their importance at such a high level is indeed a significant step. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon of that same 5th of January, the attention will shift to Christiansborg Palace, where a meeting with members of the diplomatic corps will take place. And on the 6th of January, the program will become even more eventful and spectacular. Frederik and Mary will receive officers of the armed forces and the Emergency Management Agency, representatives of the Danish public sector, a group of nobles, and delegates from various organizations, associations, and foundations. And this is where the true royal theatricality begins, in the very best sense of the word. The royal couple will travel from Amalienborg to Christiansborg in a golden carriage escorted by the cavalry squadron of the Hussar Regiment of the Royal Guard. I can already imagine the atmosphere. Snowy January Copenhagen, a majestic procession, the sound of hooves on the cobblestones, the golden carriage, and thousands of people who come out to witness this spectacular sight. Now, about the dress code, because this is a separate and very interesting topic. All these events require strict evening etiquette, full gala attire. Ladies must appear in long dresses, preferably white, or in national costumes. Both men and women are required to wear their decorations and orders, as well as white gloves. Between these two poles of royal life, The cozy December reception with mulled wine and apple donuts and the grand January gala events lies the true 21st century monarchy. On the one hand, accessibility, humanity, the ability to create a warm atmosphere and show that the royal family is, above all, people who genuinely care about the well-being of their citizens. On the other hand, the grandeur of tradition, the solemnity of ceremonies, golden carriages, and strict etiquette that remind us of centuries-old history and continuity of power. The relationship between Frederik and Mary has recently become the focus of public attention, and it must be said that the royal couple demonstrates remarkable unity and mutual understanding. They complement each other perfectly. If Frederik embodies tradition and continuity of the Danish monarchy, Mary has brought to the royal family a fresh perspective, a modern approach to charity, and an extraordinary ability to connect with all kinds of people. Their joint work on preparing the New Year events shows how harmoniously they operate as a team, sharing responsibilities and supporting each other in the challenging mission of being modern monarchs in a rapidly changing world. That is exactly why the Danish royal family is so beloved, for their ability to be both majestic and approachable, traditional and modern, official and genuinely human.